In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 MLB games happening on April 24, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago White Sox versus Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins, currently holding an 8-15 record, are set to host the Chicago White Sox, who sit at a bleak 5-18 for the final game of their 3-game series on Thursday. After taking the win in Tuesday night's series opener, Minnesota improved to 7-1 in their last 8 games against the White Sox. Neither team has looked good so far this season, but the White Sox have been especially rough. They've had issues across the board, but the offense has been particularly poor, barely hitting above the Mendoza line as a team. Chris Paddock, who had a disastrous first outing where he gave up 9 runs against these same White Sox, has since calmed down, allowing only 5 earned runs across his last 3 starts. That initial blow-up clearly weighs on him, and he'll be aiming to flip the script in this one with a strong showing. Notably, 8 of Chicago's last 9 losses have come by at least a 2-run margin. The Twins are eyeing a much-needed sweep here, trying to pick up some momentum after a rocky start to their season. They've been somewhat better at home, with a 6-5 record in Minneapolis, while the White Sox have been downright awful on the road, losing 11 of their 12 games away from home. Chicago has given up 4 or more runs in 7 straight contests, though they'll be turning to Smith, who's actually pitched pretty well in his 4 starts so far. The Twins will counter with Paddock again, whose overall stats aren't pretty, but he's looked sharper lately, giving up just 1 earned run in each of his last 2 starts. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Twins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This will mark the 6th matchup of the season between these clubs. So far, in the first 4 games, the total went over twice, under once, and pushed once, with both teams combining to average just over 8 runs per contest. The big question when it comes to betting the total here is whether the pitching will be bad enough to allow runs, or whether the offenses will even be capable of producing. Right now, signs point to the offenses falling short. We only saw 6 runs total in the series opener, which isn't surprising considering these are 2 of the weakest lineups in the American League. Neither team has cracked the 80-run mark through their first 23 games. Going into Wednesday, the White Sox had scored 3 or fewer runs in 9 of their last 10 games. The Twins hadn't done much better, managing 4 or fewer runs in 5 straight games. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Boston Red Sox. The Mariners and the Red Sox are set to finish off their 3-game series at Fenway Park on Thursday afternoon. Seattle is trying to bounce back into the postseason after falling short last year. Meanwhile, Boston is working toward their first playoff berth since 2021, hoping to end that drought. Both teams have shown flashes of potential, and this final game could be a good litmus test for how far they've come. Garrett Crochet has lived up to the hype since the Red Sox picked him up this past offseason. His earned run average is just a tick over 1, and he's already fanned 35 batters across 32 innings. What might be more intimidating for opponents is Crochet's own admission that he doesn't feel he's hit his stride yet. Seattle will counter with Bryce Miller, who's been sharp as well, logging an earned run average just over 3 and giving up only 21 hits over 26 innings. Still, the edge seems to lean toward Boston for this one. The Mariners have leaned heavily on home runs this year, but Crochet has only given up 1 dinger in 35 innings so far. Boston is 4-1 in his starts, and he's gone at least 6 innings in 4 of those 5 outings. On top of that, the Red Sox bullpen is fully rested and ready. Garrett Whitlock last pitched Tuesday, and Liam Hendriks just rejoined the squad, giving their relief crew a boost. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. None of Crochet's starts this season have resulted in the total runs going over the number set by oddsmakers, and not a single one of those games has ended with more than 7 total runs. Even though Seattle has a more potent offense, there's still a decent chance this game keeps with the trend and stays under the number without turning into a total slugfest. Crochet is sitting at 4-1 on the year and has only allowed 7 runs total. If you focus on just his 4 wins, that number drops to 3. It's hard to picture the Mariners suddenly lighting him up. It's just not easy to see this one going over with Crochet taking the mound. Boston has gone under the projected total in every game he started this season. In 3 of their last 4 matchups leading into Wednesday night's game, the Red Sox have averaged 4 runs per game. Wu has been dependable for the Mariners with a solid 3.12 earned run average, and his games have gone 2-2 to the over in 4 starts. Still, all signs point toward this one being a low-scoring contest where the pitchers take control. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Kansas City Royals, Game 1. The Colorado Rockies, sitting at a rough 4-18 record overall, are heading into the final game of a 3-game interleague set against the Kansas City Royals, who stand at 10-14. First pitch is scheduled for Thursday afternoon, and this game wraps up the series. There's a clear gap between the starting pitchers when you look at their April performances. Chase Dollander has had a rough go of it, posting a 1-2 record with a 7.36 earned run average over 14.2 innings across 3 starts, and opposing hitters are batting a hefty .306 against him. On the other hand, Cole Ragans has been more solid, with a 1-1 record, a respectable 3.18 earned run average, and a 1.06 WHIP across 22.2 innings in 4 starts. Offensively, neither team has looked good, but the Rockies have been especially rough on the road, putting up a league-worst .520 OPS. The Royals haven't been much better at home, with their .619 OPS at Kauffman Stadium ranking second to last in MLB. Colorado is just in a bad place right now. Losses keep coming, and without Marquez to turn things around, they're not offering much to hang your hopes on. Marquez has allowed 22 hits and 15 earned runs in just 16.1 innings, while also walking 8 and striking out 11. The numbers just aren't there. It's rough. Ragans, on the flip side, has been more dependable. He's given up only 8 earned runs and 19 hits in his last 22.2 innings. The Rockies aren't giving anyone a reason to believe right now, especially when they're also outmatched on the mound. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. You can expect the Royals' offense to do some damage against Dollander, but the real question is whether it'll be enough to push the game over the total. Colorado has been hitting the under more often than not, with a 14-7-1 record and a lowly average of 3.23 runs per game, which ranks 28th in the league. And with Ragans on the mound, it's hard to see the Rockies putting up much of a fight. Kansas City will probably need to do most of the scoring, but even that might not be enough. They're averaging just 2.96 runs a game, dead last in the majors, and they're also trending under at 15 to 8-1. Their scoring has been slightly better at home, but not by much compared to the road. Neither squad has done anything impressive when it comes to hitting for power. The Rockies rank 28th in home run frequency, needing 48.6 at-bats for every long ball. The Royals are even worse, sitting at the very bottom of the league with 65.67 at-bats per home run. On-base performance hasn't been much better either. Colorado is 25th with a .288 team OBP, and Kansas City is even further down the list at 29th with a .279 mark. Offense is just not showing up for either side so far this year. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus San Francisco Giants. It's another chapter in this National League matchup as the Milwaukee Brewers wrap up a 4-game set against the San Francisco Giants on Thursday afternoon. Both clubs are looking to close out the series strong, and with the game taking place in the heart of San Francisco, there's a little extra energy in the air. It's been a back-and-forth series so far, and this finale has the potential to be a good one. Tobias Myers is still finding his rhythm after missing time in spring training, so it's pretty likely that he's not going to go very deep into this game. The Brewers, as a team, have had a pretty uneven start to the season at the plate, and their bullpen has been unreliable more often than not. The Giants, meanwhile, have outperformed early expectations. Most of their starting pitchers, aside from Jordan Hicks, have done a solid job, and Landon Roop has looked sharp lately, picking up wins in each of his last 2 outings, including a quality 7-inning performance against the Angels. Offensively, these teams are pretty evenly matched. They both rank inside the top 6 in runs scored per game so far. The real difference comes on the mound. That's where the Giants have a noticeable edge. Myers had a great year last season with a 3 earned run average, but this is his first start of 2024, and it's hard to imagine he'll pitch deep into this one. That means we'll probably see Milwaukee's bullpen pretty early, and that's good news if you're backing San Francisco. The Brewers relievers have been rough, sitting near the bottom of the league with a 5.07 earned run average, a 1.38 WHIP, and a .246 batting average against. I've been really impressed with the way San Francisco has handled this series, with Myers likely needing a few starts to settle in, and the Brewers bullpen already stretched thin after Freddie Peralta's short outing on Wednesday. This sets up well for the Giants. Rube's stuff has been solid, and the Giants bullpen has been one of the best in the league. I'm expecting San Francisco's offense to keep rolling in this one. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Francisco Giants money line is our full game side pick. Back to Myers for a second. He was excellent in 2023, putting up a 3 earned run average and a 1.17 WHIP across 138 innings. And when he's faced the Giants before, he's held their hitters in check, allowing just a .182, .182, and .545 slash line in 11 at-bats. Roop, on the flip side, has also done a good job against the Brewers lineup, limiting them to a .227, .320, and .273 line over 22 at-bats. In his last start, he tossed 7 innings and allowed just 2 earned runs in a win over the Angels. Combine that with a San Francisco bullpen that ranks 4th in earned run average and WHIP and 5th in opponent batting average, and it's easy to see the Giants pitching taking control here. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.